Welcome, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, to Werewolf Wednesday. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing great. Uh, for those that tune in on stream, YouTube, Facebook, and for those who follow my showreel TikToks under HCS895, how's everybody doing this evening? And welcome to Werewolf Wednesday. I'm your host, Abe CS from Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm fixing to share this link out to the groups that allow me to share from Facebook. There we go. We're all shared out. So what we got here tonight? Let me look who's here. We got Sister Madeline. How you doing, Sister Madeline? How you doing tonight? Sister Linda Wolf, Edna Wilson, Sister Edna Wilson. We got, let's see, who else we got here? I hope you enjoyed yesterday's show. It was a little bit crazy, Sometimes I have to be careful who let in. You know, then we had the guy from the land down under yesterday, and I think he was drinking and smoking a little bit of some. So I think I need to be more careful who I let in, especially if they're drinking and doing other things that starts affecting them. But it was open mic night, so I allow people to come in and share their testimonies. In which sometimes when somebody's drinking, the truth comes out. In which I guess the truth comes out dealing with the Yowie. I don't know if anybody was paying attention yesterday. He named like four different kinds of Yowies, right? Of what they do and stuff like that. But then later on, as he kept on drinking, he says that sometimes the guys hang in the pub and they share stories of the different Yowies and different things. I guess is a competition of storytelling of whose story is better than the other. So if it's storytelling, then that would mean that that's exactly what it is a story, a make believe story. I think he named like four different kinds of things that are out there in the land down under, uh, in which then his demeanor changed a couple of times, in which to me, he gave himself away, saying that the Yahweh is just a story. It's not really a flesh or blood creature. It's more, you know, a story or how we encounter over here in the states, the DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim. But that's what it is, a competition of story. Who's your which who says a better story of the Yahweh, to make it sound realistic and mean and stuff like that. That's what I got out of that. I'm not sure who was tuning in. I was busy talking to uh, the other individual that was here. So, but I was paying attention to the fella, and when somebody's drinking, the truth comes out. So basically, the Yahweh is just a story that the fellas get a drinking at the pub or whatever they're drinking, and make believe from fantasy land. That's why I got out of it yesterday. Now he wants to jump back on and debate about it. That's why I got out of it. It's you know drinking. He's drinking, and the guy's drinking, and you know it's just it's like they're talking about their manhood. Who's bigger than the other? Well, that's the way the Yahweh is. Which Yahweh is bigger than the other, right? A story, a make believe story. That's what I got out of it, because if you were paying attention, he said, we me and the guys hung out at the pub and talk about all the stories of I guess things that they make up or whatever. I mean, shoot, they're drinking, they're smoking, whatever they're doing over there in the land down under. Uh, hey, it is what it is. But if you don't believe me, you can watch the tape that we played yesterday, dealing with the open mic night. And if you pay attention to this guy, he literally says that it's when him and the guys hang out and they're drinking or whatever else they're doing. That is just stories, basically stories that make up in a sensible way. They try to make it sound like the ferocious and all this stuff, but it's just made up. Especially if they're drinking. Sooner or later they reveal themselves. Yeah, maybe those kind of stories will work over there in the land down under, but I'm not drinking. I'm paying attention, and I can tell when somebody's trying to bullshit me, and that's what he was doing. The things that he said about the four different beings that they have over there. And I asked him, is there anybody? And then the first thing he says is, well, they're like in spirit form, disembodied, blah blah blah. It was like, well, which one is it? Is it, or they're real flesh or disembodied, right? I guess he must have heard that I was talking about that anything dealing with cryptids is demonic or in disembodied form. So he chose to come, and I don't know what he was trying to do, but if you're gonna come to debate me here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, at least be freaking sober. Be sober. Don't be high on some shit that you're gonna make an ass out of yourself. Because to me, that's what happened to this fella. You know, come talk to me, right, man? We can debate about it. But there is stories of what my brother was saying about the rock apes in Vietnam that they would throw rocks at at the veterans. But you see, this is where things get a little bit into the spiritual aspect of things. If people are fighting in the jungle and it's war and people are dying, right? What has the authority to be there in a combat environment, especially when there's death? We can name a couple, right? Reapers, death, the DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim, because people have openings of faith and anger, and they're killing people, right? So those are openings for them to attack. So a combat environment will be like a buffet for the DDN, the Legion, the Degen, anything from the supernatural world, in which they will be there attacking people, even in the way of rocks being thrown to them. Shapeshifters and skinwalkers do the same thing when they manifest to look like Bigfoots or Sasquatches. You're not seeing a Bigfoot or Sasquatch throwing the rock, but the rock's landing around you. It is more of a supernatural thing, right? Because you can't see who's throwing the rocks at you, but rocks are being thrown, they're landing around you. All I'm saying that you can leave the spiritual aspect of things when it comes down to cryptids or to anything within the communities, because it all coexists with one another. But it'll reveal to you what's behind everything. But in saying it is Werewolf Wednesday here in Spiritually Cryptid Encounters. Yeah, there was some issues with that guy from the land down under. I mean, he had some issues, you know. I don't know. He didn't. The only thing he proved to me is that the Yahweh is make believe, that it's not real, because he said it. You know, me and the guy just sang at the pub, and we just talk about these things that we encounter. But you know, if you're drinking, somebody's bullshitting somebody. You know, that'd be like, oh, the woman I spent the night with last night was fine as hell. She looked like a model. But in reality, it's the opposite way. She looked like a whole completely way. Maybe you'll sober up tonight. I doubt it, but you'll sober up and come talk to us about the Yahweh again. I mean, I don't know what the Yahweh is. You know, I mean, is it a Bigfoot? Is it? I mean, to what I understood yesterday, you know, it's just a story that somebody made up and named a creature Yahweh. And then they start naming bullshit names on other things of the stories that they're saying, and they start naming other things bullshit names. It's crazy, right? I guess that's what they do in the spare time at the in the land down under. They're drinking, smoking. You get, you know, I used to like watching what was the name of the guy? Crocodile Dundee. You done messed up my childhood hero, buddy. Is that? I think his name was Crocodile Dundee or something like that. Back in the day in the 80s. But it's Werewolf Wednesday, man. How you doing, primo? How you doing, cousin? You know, we can have Werewolf Wednesday without a certain individual. The Sister Edna, the Grizzards. I know Dick Richards, but you should have been here last night. This guy, he didn't know his left from his right, man. He was drunk, smoking some shit, and talking out of his ass. Barely understand him. He could barely keep his eyes open. I think the only time I don't know what time frame it was, but it was early in the morning, like around 3 or 4, when the guy showed up. In Spanish, we would call him Beto Lies because there was this guy where we come from in the Rio Grande Valley. He had all kinds of stories, but all the stories were made up. So we call him because his name was Beto. So and we call him Beto Lies because every story that came out of his mouth was a lie. So that was his nickname, Beto Lies. Yeah, I don't mind. I know it's open mic night. I don't mind people coming on the show and stuff, but at least try to have some respect for yourself, and you're gonna come in. So at least make it believable, man. Don't come in here drinking and smoking some crazy stuff that and start talking all crazy. And we got viewers that are tuning in and that they want to know, right? But the way this guy came in last night, you could tell that the stories that he was saying was bullshit. But there was activity around him. I don't know, for those who were viewing, there was a lot of movement all around him, outside the window. You could see things moving around. What I've seen were shadow figures. So, man, there could be some possibility that's why he's drinking and smoking. I mean, but smoking and drinking are spiritual openings. But yeah, there was a lot of activity around them. If you would look in the footage, you'll see shadow figures all around them, moving around, causing interruption and all kinds of stuff. I thought he might have had a faulty light, but then you can see movement outside the window and stuff like that too. So, to me, the Yowie that he's talking about, because even he kept on looking to the back, is a DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim, because they're running around in shadow figure form or in shadow form. That's all I seen around them was shadow spirits, not a single Yowie. Oh yeah, he had more than attachments. It's okay. Let me find that picture. Since cousin Jesse's here, I seen him in the lobby. Uh, Let me share his favorite picture. I gotta find it first. Let me find cousin Jesse's favorite picture. Let me see if I can find it. Where you at? You hiding from me? Yeah, this picture's hiding from me right now. I'm looking for it and can't find it, but I'll find it eventually. The guy reminded me of my neighbor when I lived in Elms Grove, or the guy that was by the edge of the wood line when I would go walking. That he was always smoking weed, and he was telling me that there was this werewolf creatures that would come and stand by the edge of the wood line, and as you're walking, you could smell the weed that he's smoking, or and you're like, oh man, he's just hallucinating. He's just imagining this werewolves. That's what I thought. You know, because he was always smoking weed. And then one day he told me, "You think I'm bullshitting? You want to tell you that there's some werewolves that come there to the edge of the wood line." Uh, and then it was during the day. He said, "I want to show you something," because he was always welding. He was always welding outside his home, making like spears, long spears with sharp tips. He was like making weapons, and I would always tell him, "Well, what are you making that weapon for?" and stuff like that. I was always asking him questions, and he really wouldn't say too much. But that day, he told me, "I want to show you something." And let me find this Yowie. Oh, here he is. Found you. Let me put him up on the board here. So then he said, "I want to show you something. You think I'm lying to you, right? Because you see me smoking weed and you think I'm bullshitting you." He said, "I want to show you something." He took me inside his home, and all inside his home he had weapons. He had weapons, and by the windows, by the hallways, by the doorways, everywhere throughout his house, it was full of weapons. The ones that he was creating, there was knives, there was rifles, handguns, bow and arrows, the man weapons that he had. It was all throughout his house. I said, "Do you know?" And he even had crosses on every doorway and window. And I'm like, I'm looking at this, right? I was like, man, this is. I started when I seen the crosses. I said, man, what is this guy trying to tell me, right? Is he telling me that? Because when I seen the crosses, it changed everything of how I was thinking. So that was telling me that this man did have faith in Jesus Christ, because he had crosses on the doorways and windows, in which it reminded me of my childhood. We had crosses on our doorways and the windows. And it said, I've been telling you, man, I've been trying to warn you. Do not go out there, because they're out there and they're going to get you. If you're not careful, they're going to get you." And said, "Look, I want to show you something else." He took me outside his house to in front of his house where it faces towards the woods. Said, "Look." And I look, that was dents, dents on the walls. There were scratches where literally something was trying to break into his house. He told me that every night they will come to the edge of the wood line, and they will come and bang on the wall because they're trying to break in. So we have his weapons ready, because he was ready to fight them. So I couldn't imagine. Imagine this. Imagine six werewolves or lycanthropes, or eight if they're running in a pack, right? And they're banging into your wall. You got to protect not just yourself, but you got to protect every family member inside that household. I believe he was married and he had two daughters also. So he had to protect what was within the house. And there's six, and they can come through the windows, through the doors. If they can find the way in, he's going to have to fight them, right? So that's why he had so many weapons. Even then, when he showed me that, somewhere with him, he's like, maybe it's just in his imagination. He does smoke. Maybe it's just hallucination. But when I started having the encounters that I had, you know, I thought they were real, because they were manifesting just like they were manifested to him to make it seem that they're real. I mean, I started for a little bit there, a little bit of belief that what I was seeing was real, but that's what he used to attack me. In which once I gave it the little bit of belief, that's when it started attacking me spiritually. I'm not saying that the guy from the Down Under is not seeing what they call a Yahweh. They might be seeing something in that nature, but doesn't mean that it's real. I believe it's the same thing that we're dealing with here in the United States with the DDN, the disembodied demonic Nephilim. I believe that's what it is. So if you're hearing from the land down under, you're hearing what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that the only way you're going to be able to fight this thing, so because I'm more than sure you probably done shot at them and couldn't get a kill because they're not in the flesh; they're in disembodied form, demonic beings, and you know this. So it's open. It's open. It's Werewolf Wednesday. If you want to debate that, whether it's the flesh or spiritual, come on over from the land down under. Leave the whatever you're drinking to the side for a little bit, so we can have a good conversation about this. So let me put cousin Jesse favorite. Here we go. There you go. Who is it, cousin Jesse? So we got it going on here. There he is, the one and only. See, because I can say stories, brother Yahweh or brother whatever your name is, from the land down under, but I also have pictures of the things that I capture out there. You know, I could say, "Oh, this is a Yahweh. I could make up a name for it." The only thing I know, cousin Jesse named it Cocaine Werewolf because the white on the nose. But I'm just showing you that they can manifest this during the day, and it's not standing on the ground. It's very tall actually. When I heard that you said they're like 18 foot tall, well, this one's pretty tall, around that tall or even taller, because that's those branches that you're seeing. That's from on top of a tree, and it's standing above some of those branches. That's on top of a tree. That's around 18 to 19 to 20 foot tall. I mean, it could have climbed the tree. I don't know. I just wanted to share it, bring it out for cousin Jesse. Okay, let me catch. Let me read the comments here, catch up because I'm way behind. There he is, Cocaine Werewolf. Sage Cooley said she got an experience from camping that think it's a werewolf. Yeah, that's what a lot of people smoke weed is for the anxiety, but what they don't understand is weed can get you addicted. So then you start having withdrawals when you don't have it in your system and it changes your demeanor, which that could be a spiritual opening. I've noticed, yeah, it can be very relaxing when you're on it, but it's when you come off of it, you start getting angry because you don't have it in your system. You need to go buy some. That's for any drug. And that's the opening these DDN and the unseen forces use to attack people and attach themselves to people. It's when they're having the withdrawals of not having the weed, the coke, the meth in their system. Spiritual openings. I'm still behind, so let me catch up here. Acid, yeah. We got Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom. How you doing, brother? What shirt am I wearing? It's actually a new shirt that I'm wearing here. Let me share it. There you go. Good evening, Sister Jael. How you doing? I'm just being honest, brother. Sage Cooley. Not that I'm taking a stab. I mean, I've been in the military. I was in the military 10 years. I've seen the people on weed. I've seen the people on heroin. I've seen people on cocaine. I've seen people dropping acid. I've seen people on peyote, and they have side effects. I'm just here to say the truth about it. I'm not here to. I'm just telling you straight up that there are side effects to those drugs. That's the truth. I had a soldier who were pulling guard in the mortar pool, and I was working at staff duty. I went to go check up on because they were guarding the mortar pool. This guy, I went to talk to him, right? I say, "Hey, how's everything going?" He's talking to me, and he sounds like the teacher from Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. I understand a word that's coming out of his mouth. You know, we in the military have a BDU cap. He didn't even have a BDU cap on. He had his shoe polish kit that comes in a little bag on top of his head. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy on? So he's not making no sense, you know. And I said, you know what? Just go back to the bit. I don't even know how the hell he made it back to the billets as as high as he was on the acid that he took. So as I was going back to where I had my duty, and I replaced him with another. I had to replace him with another soldier. I went and something told me go check up on this guy because I mean his mind was whacked. I go knock on his door. One of the roommate opens it and they say, "Is so and so here?" They said, "I think he's in the restroom, Sarge." So I go knock on the door. There's no response. I grab my knife, open the door. This guy is passed out with his head underwater inside the toilet bowl. If my instincts, if I wouldn't follow my instincts of go and check up on him, This guy would have drowned because on the shit it was on. He was high on some stuff. I had to report the incident. I had no choice but to report the incident. He got an Article 15. They took him to the hospital. They found out he was on some acid. You know, if it wasn't for me that I followed my intuition, he would be dead. I'm just saying. When people tell me, "Oh, there's no side effect to that," bullshit. There is side effect. You could tell the side effects. Pay attention when somebody's high on some shit and they're driving with their. You could tell, that they're affected. Eyes are bloodshot red. That's a side effect of it, right? And there's some people that affects them even worse. They start smoking weed and they'll go freaking ballistic, like freaking they lose their mind. Or there's people that drink a little bit of beer and they go crazy. They want to fight everybody. Look at Cocaine Werewolf. He's looking at me as like he's trying to hit me up for something. I don't know if he thought I was a drug dealer or something, but he's trying to hit me up. He's trying to get another high. Look at his nose. Yes, exactly. It blocks your spiritual senses. All right. I'm still trying to catch up to the comments. I'm just reading them and answer them as I go. Ta bruta. Look, I need to make one from that picture and start selling some cocaine werewolf shirts. Put powder on his nose, like the picture. There you go. Thank you. He probably was looking for cousin Jesse. He's like, "Where's your cousin?" He said he was going to party with me. Well, I've seen weed affect people a way where you, it, when people are on weed, Sister Never's Angel, I've seen it where people have gotten possessed on weed, where their whole demeanor changes and they're a whole different person. They have a negative attachment on them that I have to go into prayer and I have to get rid of the unclean spirit that's in them. It literally's got them talking a different language, talking Latin or whatever language it is that they're speaking that I don't understand. Freaking and crazy voices are coming out of their mouth like they're being possessed, growlings and uh, just acting possessed. I know some guys that this happened to, a couple of brothers, where they were smoking weed. Next thing you know, they start fighting with each other. The brothers are fighting with each other, and I'm trying to break them up. Like, hey man, your brothers, you shouldn't be fighting. But the unclean spirit use that as a spiritual opening, and it's jumping from person to person, and it's got all three of them fighting until one of them it jumped to one of the youngest one of the brothers, and he ran running into a shed. So I went to it, and he's making all this weird noises, and I start praying for him, and I commanded to leave him, to leave him. start praying to our Father, call upon the heavenly angels, and next thing you know, my friend becomes normal. But the unclean spirit left his body. It does affect them in the way that it's a spiritual opening. I'm just here to say, I've seen it. I just don't know. I just don't understand why people will smoke something that's going to burn your freaking eyes. That it's going to burn your eyes. You can't see right, and I don't know. It's just I know my cousins used to smoke that, and the smoke because I'll be around them. Man, that shit, my eyes would be hurting. With just the smoke itself, because it's a weed, right? A yerba. It's kind of like smoking, trying to smoke poison ivy. That's a weed. Poison oak. Me personally, I handle my situation. Whatever I go through in life, hit the weights, positive thinking, go for a walk, do something productive, something that's not going to affect my vessel because of spiritual openings. I've seen it where somebody sipped a little bit of beer. With that little one sip of beer, it affected the person's mind. That the person went on a freaking. It's like a chemical imbalance, right? There's some people that shouldn't be drinking at all because they take a little sip and they just become a whole different person. It's like a chemical imbalance in the brain that it affects them that way. Just like beer can do that to people, any kind of drug can do that to people too. Sorry, cocaine werewolf, that you have to hear this, but I think you need to go to rehab, man. You need to go to rehab. It's probably where there's division within your little group or little clan. You need to get off that shit, man. I'm just kidding, y'all. Hey, everybody's their own person. They can do whatever they want to do. Me, I just chose not to do none of that. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm saying. Not against anybody, the hippies or uh, the the natives. They used to take the peyote or they go into the huts and smoke the pipe. Nothing against anybody, but that right there is not the true spirit. That's not that is not having a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's false right there. Because all that is a hallucination. The real communication of the spirit comes from the spirit. That you don't have to do no peyote, smoke thing out of a pipe to communicate with the true creator, which is the Heavenly Father. You don't need to do that because he'll show you the way. Well, in all actuality, my culture, the medicine woman would cure with herbs. She wouldn't roll up a joint, put it in one of the patient's mouth, and spark it up and say, "Smoke it. You'll feel better. You'll feel better for." But once the high goes away, you're gonna go back to square one. Well, that's not the way the medicine woman will cure. She will cure differently through herbs. Will make a drink and let the person drink the drink. The person will become better, and through prayer. See, it's a big difference. Most people that were curanderos, they always carried a little pouch of herbs. They will go to their patients. They'll see what was wrong with them. A lot of the herbs they had will cure uh, the patients. They will make teas. They will drink that tea. The person will become better. You could if you have a cold, you can make your own tea, a green tea. You can grab the leaves of a grapefruit tree or an orange tree and make a green tea. Make your own tea to feel better. You can put a little bit of liquor, some honey in it, warm it up, and drink it. You will feel better. You know, there's natural ways of doing things. Yeah, it was for medicine. The time that I was with a medicine woman, I never seen her sparking a joint. I never seen her doing cocaine. Never seen her shooting up or doing nothing like that. The only thing I seen her was always praying and being ready for the next patient. Because every patient that will come in through the tent will be different. Because not everybody's going through the same things, and some are worse than others. Right? Depends on the maldad. That's what people don't understand, that some patients might have maybe one unclean spirit in them, get cast out. The one that I seen that had like four of them, that dude was in really bad condition, and she helped him through the spirit, spiritually through prayer. That's all I'm saying. That people, I know weed is natural from the land. I understand peyote is natural from the land, but there's a side effects to that, right? It's one thing using it when you need it. That's what it was created for, because it can heal you, right? Heal you a certain way to make you feel better. But it's not wasn't created for you to freaking get high on it, get addicted to it. It's just times have changed. There's a lot of pharmakia, and I think the pharmakia is a lot worse than the herbs. If I could, I would smoke a joint, but I can't. The reason I can't smoke a joint or do anything of any kind of illegal drug is because I'm a veteran and I have to go to the VA. They do a INR every time I go, and they check to see if I have some kind of drug in my system. And if I come out hot or positive for anything, then they'll make it harder for me to help me, and they can't even stop me from getting my benefits that pertain to me for being a combat disabled vet, right? They'll do that. That's why I don't smoke or do any kind of drugs. I've never ran away from my problems. I face them head on. For pain, I would do a lot of meditating, zone my mind to something else, uh, breathing technique, kind of like yoga, to relax myself, to get rid of the pain that I was having, or take my mind somewhere else, and it will work. There's many ways that you can get rid of something. It just you have to look for the for that way for for you to be able to feel better about yourself. If you give the pain that you're feeling power over you, and you say, "I feel this pain and it's getting worse and worse and worse," well, it's going to continue to get worse. But if you can say in your mind that and you pray for the pain to be gone away, and when you feel the pain, because you control your system, if you can shut down where the pain is, then the pain is going to be gone. I do that, and I have a lot of injuries from the military, and I just ignore the pain, ignore the pain, not worry about it, and not worry about it, you know. But if it is very out of control, then sometimes I'm gonna take me two Tylenol. You know, I got so many medicines that they give me that I don't even take because because of this cocaine werewolf, all the things that I encounter. That if I'm heavily medicated, all that could be a spiritual opening that this unseen forces can use to attack. So no, if I lived in the Rio Grande Valley now, I probably could be having pounds and pounds of weed over there. But I don't do that. I never have. You can ask cousin Jesse. I've been a you could say a straight shooter, like a goody two good two shoes, and that never draw my attention. I have friends that would dip, they would smoke cigarettes, they would smoke weed, but they're still my friends, right? But I never, I wasn't interested in that. Never have been. Yes, Sister Never's Angel, me, I pray. The power of prayer is a lot greater than any drug because the Heavenly Father can heal you from your pains, but you really have to have true faith and believe in Him. You can have the spiritual openings of anger, hatred, or vengeance because that right there could be stopping you from your blessing or your healing. And that's a God honest truth. If I were to show you all the accidents I was in the Army, the MRIs, how my spine is, the things that are wrong with my spine, how I'm missing fluid in between the I don't think about it. It's pretty bad. When I go to the appointments, they're like wishing bad towards me. The doctors they say that I'm in the verge of having this, having that, and I just ignore them because I rather maintain my heavenly love foundation, my relationship with Jesus Christ, and whatever happens to me, I place my faith and believe in Him for Him to heal me and for Him to bless me. He's done the healing, He's done the blessing, and I'm still here. That's why I thank the Heavenly Father, and I know what He can do for me. Sorry that you're going through this, sister, and everything's going well. So maybe I'll drop the link so we can talk a little bit of this, since the cocaine werewolf is looking at me like I'm crazy. He's like, look at this guy over here. He's talking about prayer of healing, being blessed with prayer, and I said, I'm over here. I just want to get my next high with his white nose, cocaine werewolf. If somebody wants to talk, educate me of how I know I have nephews that tell me, "Hey, you should smoke weed. Uh, it relaxes you. It stops anxiety." I said, "Look, you're just saying that because it's just an excuse for you to smoke it." So I have all kinds of things wrong with me, but I just rather handle my body through here, through the mind, through the Heavenly Father. Can afford to have openings to get spiritually attacked, especially when you run into cocaine werewolf. He's always trying to hit me up for a 20, trying to get the next high. Look, always looking for a party. I'm just playing. Yeah, they use a lot of things, morphine for people in pain. People find other ways to cure their pains, but it might kill the pain for that day or for that moment for an hour or two, but then the pain is going to come back away. The Heavenly Father now will get rid of your pain, but you have to have faith and believe in Him. He will bless you and He will heal you of what you're going through. You just have to talk to Him so He can have a relationship, have a relationship with Him, so He can assist you spiritually, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because in all honesty, I don't know. I'm still here right now, but it's a Heavenly Father that got me going. Whew. This, I don't think about the things that I've been through, the accidents in the military, the what the doctors tell me. I just stay focused on having my relationship with the Heavenly Father, because He continues to bless me, to give me the air to breathe, to give me the strength that He blesses me with. He's the one that provides everything for me. So that's where my faith and trust is in Jesus Christ. It can make things happen for you. I'm telling you. If the power of prayer, when you say, I tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name, makes the unseen, right, or whatever's a manifestation disappear. If it can make demons disappear, right, I call them disembodied demonic nephilims, then the power of prayer can make ailments disappear also. When you tie, bind, and rebuke your ailments, the cancer, the the high blood pressure, the diabetes, whatever you have, the power of prayer can make that disappear also. So if it makes it disappear from your vessel, your foundation, what do you think is happening? Well, what do you think has just happened? What happened is, if this unseen is making you have the ailments, and you type and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, then the condition that you have, if it was there spiritually, is not there no longer, which will mean that you are healed. Amen. Amen, Sister Neva's Angel. Well, Sister Beyond the Bucks might know a little bit of me because I used to live in Elms Grove, and she's been through a lot, and I've been through a lot too, where people came at me in all kinds of negative ways when I was really, truly, honestly trying to help people. You know, I'm a combat veteran, was a single father, trying to help people from what was there in those woods. But people don't see that you're trying to help out people. They want to see you as a bad person for some reason. But that's how evil works. Is if it can't stop you, it's gonna try to use people to come up against you to stop you from what you're doing, right? Me, I was just trying to do a good deed, and just like a same thing that I do here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounter, I was doing that then. Even though I was being spiritually targeted, I still was trying to do the good works. The good works and whatever you're going through, it goes hand in hand. It's placing your faith in Jesus Christ is what gets you to go over the trials and tribulations that you're going through. It's your faith. It's very important to have you maintain your faith always. Can't wager with the enemy of your faith or that they're going to give you a deal of some sort. No. Maintain your faith and relationship or your relationship with Jesus Christ. Sister Anna says, Brother Abe, got the pain manager to give me a prescription for pain med. It helps a lot, but I still have pain. Yeah, I've been through all that too, Sister Edna Wilson. Because of the military, from a blow to the head, I got epilepsy. Right. That's one of the things that they can give me if I were to say, uh, marijuana or uh, you know, what do they call it? Uh, that is medical marijuana they can give to patients that have epilepsy, right? Seizures. Me, I chose not to have any. They try to offer that to me, and I said no. I said no. I refused it, and I'm doing just fine without it in my system. Uh, the power of prayer, I play my faith and believe in Jesus Christ, and He's the one that's been helping me. Yeah, I'm on some medication that helps me also, but not unless my situation were to become worse, then maybe. But I'm doing just fine right now. But they give me a lot of medication. Just put it that way. And of course, when you go to the doctors, they want to check your INR, do an INR to check if the meds that they're giving you is in your system and all this stuff. Yeah, it's just it's hard, because any pharmacia that they give you has side effects, and those side effects can affect your demeanor as a person, in which can affect not just you as a person. It'll affect your relationship you might be in. It might affect you having friendships with people, or even if you're in a relationship, can affect your relationship because medicines makes your demeanor change. And sometimes our significant others might not understand the side effects of the medicines we're taking. But if you ever get a medicine, open up, look at the list, look at all the things that it does, the do's and the don'ts, And some of the medicines you're not supposed to mix them up with other meds because the side effect could even be death. Some medicines that they give you has a side effect of suicide. What does it mean, suicide or suicidal? That means that that medicine that they're giving you, you're just going to say, "Oh, I'm taking suicidal medicine, so I'm going to do something to myself." No, it means that the medicine they're giving you is literally leaving a spiritual opening for you to get a spiritual attack, in which it's unseen forces that enter your body that makes you become suicidal because they infiltrated the vessel, because something in the medicine gave the opening, the side effect. So it's the things that are around us spiritually that makes you become that way. But yeah, there's medicines that can do that. It opens a door, opens a window. So this unseen forces, kind of like a portal. Imagine a pill as a portal that could allow things like Coke and Werewolf to go have a party in your vessel. There's people that have lost their lives being in this kind of medicines that the side effect is suicide. And they say, "We don't know what happened." Well, sure you don't. Let's go look into the list of medicines that we're taking, and I'm more sure that somewhere in one of the some of those medicines that we're taking, that suicide or suicide was a side effect of one of the pills that they were taking. But they're not going to tell you that. The doctors are not going to tell you that. The nurses are not going to tell you that because they're doing a job, and it's part of their job to keep the patient bonded. That's good, brother Lord Morgan. I know he's made medicine saying that there's because that's the way people were cured back in the day was through herbal medicines. It was through herbal medicines, but the Heavenly Father can cure through prayer. It can he, he can free you from possession through prayer, just by calling the Heavenly Father to come and assist you spiritually. If we can do that, then it can heal you also. I'm telling you, it can heal you. You just have to have faith. Sorry to hear there, Sister Neva, about your mother. Here, I'll drop a link right now. And I mean, I know it's World Wednesday, but I think this is a pretty good topic we're talking about right now. I know in many cultures, herbs is medicine. Koreans use herbs as medicine also. Natives, Hispanics. If you ever have a high fever, or if you uh, have got bit by a spider, a scorpion, or something of that nature, grab a piece of garlic, grab a ajo of garlic, put it in your mouth and eat it. Start chewing on it. The garlic will make you sweat out the poison that's in you. Garlic will. It'll make you sweat it out. Peppers, hot peppers, it'll do the same thing. Yeah, I've had many family members have died of cancer So much condolences to whoever has lost their life with that. But yeah, most of my aunts and uncle on my father's side of the family have died of cancer, or they've had cancer, been battling cancer, and I just tie by and rebuke that daily. Uh, the cancer, because I believe the opening for that was if somebody might have been dabbling in something. That's the opening. Like I said, the things what I believe causes the cancer. It's like the things that like the DDN, the Legion, uh, unclean spirits. That's what they do. They affect generation after generation. And if we don't bring spiritual awareness to our loved ones, then how are they going to defend themselves? For example, if my time here on Earth is over, how are they going to be able to defend themselves against this evil, unseen forces? Uh, how would they? That's why it's our job to teach our children the power of prayer, having a relationship with Jesus Christ, but for them to know, no matter what they're going through, that they're never alone because the Heavenly Father is always with them. He will not forsake them. I do have a story of, since we're talking about cancer and stuff like this, I do have a spiritual story about that. Uh, did I drop a link? I think I dropped a link. It's Sister Brenda. How you doing, Sister Brenda?
Doing okay. How are you?
Alrighty.
Good.
I know for some reason we're talking about herbs and stuff like that, so I'm just going with it. Even though it's World Wednesday, I think it's a pretty interesting topic.
Yeah, I can throw something in there. I'm
Go
really
ahead.
screwed because
Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
allergic to all pain medication. I'm allergic to bees, scorpions, all of that. And I'm also allergic to jalapeno peppers, habanero peppers. So, yeah, I couldn't even use a home remedy.
Oh wow.
Yep, it's terrible. Cynthia,
Hello.
last night Abe had the guys. Now we can let him have the girls, huh?
Yeah.
I promise I won't talk about no crazy heads sticking through the wall waving at me and weird things that aren't there. I don't even know what that guy was getting at last night.
He said that he had his magic wand pointing at me. That
Oh,
he was,
did he?
What did
yeah,
I
that he,
miss?
Oh, I
yeah.
missed that. I would have told him to pull his pants
He
back up.
showed me a mineral, and he went like that, and then I went like this back to him with my mineral, and then I went like
Mineral
this,
Wars.
Mineral
and then
Wars.
he said, I believe he said, I have my wand pointing right, straight at you right now, and I'm doing a hex on you. or something like that.
What?
And then I said, you can try, but it's going to stay with you because I don't accept negativity.
Right.
Then I said I'm protected. Then he just looked at me and just moved backwards. I don't know. He had negative attachments on him.
Yeah,
Who
I
was
think
this?
what
You
was his
could
name?
tell.
Mark?
You
What
could tell if you were to view when he's talking. You could see a lot of things around him. Shadow figures phasing in and out towards the window in the back. You see something moving out there in the back, moving back and forth.
wasn't he the guy that was saying he needed prayers because he was being attacked by
A
spirits?
witch? No, 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 not
Oh,
him.
oh, the
I'm
witch.
talking about the other guy,
Who was
Oh,
it?
the one from the land down under,
oh yeah, those
Hmm.
people are kind of
the one
wild sometimes.
from Australia. It was Australia. That's the land down under.
I I wasn't there, so I'm totally lost.
I started watching him a little bit. I was laying down. I closed my eyes. I woke up. He was still there, and he was talking all kinds of crazy stuff. And I was thinking, am I having a dream? What is going on?
Am I dreaming?
I know it was terrible.
Yeah, I had to go to sleep because I had to go get an injection done today on my knee
Mm,
because the doctor says that I need a knee replacement. And I'm like, I'm not ready for that right now.
Oh wow!
yeah, I've had that. I've had that once before. And I told the doctor the first time they did that because I blew my left knee out bowling. Uh,
Ooh,
a little kid had gone by with a pickle, dropped a piece of pickle on the
oh no,
runway, and I
you
didn't see
slipped.
it. And no, I didn't slip. When I went to go slide, my foot stuck and my knee bent completely backwards.
Oh,
And so I told the doctor when they tried these injections, I said, well, is it going to hurt? And he said, oh, not really.
oh yes.
That was a bad mistake because he lied to me. And the first thing I did, my main reaction, he stuck that needle in my joint and I punched him in the side of the head. He just stepped
my
back and looked
doctor's
at me. I'm
my
like,
doctor's too
sorry.
tall.
I'm like, sorry, bad reaction.
Now my insurance doesn't pay for the twilight sleep. So
Oh,
now I have to be awake for these procedures. And I'm not even supposed to be having this procedure because of my Hashimoto's.
oh yeah,
And right now, um, you know how it regulates your blood sugar. So he said for the next watch what you're eating for the next week because it tends to hike up your blood sugar really
yeah,
high.
yeah.
And I
The
said, "Yeah," and
steroid.
it puts me into a fibro and a Hashimoto's flare. So
Yeah,
for the next month, I'm like dying, but the way my knee looks right now, it's like triple the size of my right knee.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
horrible.
They use the steroids and that messes
Yeah,
with our sugar.
yeah.
Lawrence turned around and told me, "Freaking death by pickle."
Just by pickle. Almost.
Right?
Oh,
Oh,
Tickle, tickle.
I might have been bowling with that little boy's butt sliding him down the runway there had I caught him.
oh.
I
I thought
really
I,
should. I
I think
can't be
that's why they don't let you eat on the floor anymore because
mad. Yep. They've been sued enough. But I
yeah.
can't be mad because it wasn't the kid's fault the mother let him run around with food. I
You
mean,
know
he
what's
was little.
it's so funny, Brenda. When I first heard your voice, I'm like, oh my god, I need to let my niece listen to her when she's on because you sound just like her grandpa got remarried
Uh huh.
and her name was Kathy. You sound just like her. When I first heard your voice, I'm like, who does she sound like? She sounds like somebody. She's since passed. So, I know she would cry if she heard your voice because you sound exactly like her.
Well, sometimes I sound different if I have my teeth in.
I, I know,
It-
I've
It's
been
like,
reading
oh my
so much.
god.
I've been reading so much about teeth and how it affects our health when they do root canals And when they
Mhm.
take out your wisdom teeth,
Yep.
it, and we're not supposed to have root canals,
Yeah, they do all kinds of stuff to us. I'm telling you.
right?
And the medication that the pharmacy gives you, it a lot of times is not the healthiest stuff to have. I mean, that Ozempic almost killed me.
Oh, that's, yeah.
And but unfortunately, until they come up with something better, like me, I'm on two different blood thinners. One because
Ooh,
I have a rare blood disease. My blood
oh,
runs so thick, and it always has all of my life, but it didn't really start getting bad till I turned 50.
mm,
And also, I developed blood clots, so I'm on two. I'm
oh,
on one to make sure my blood doesn't clot, and one to thin it out so it flows.
oh, wow.
And yeah, it's kind of screwed because I can't have aspirin. I can't. There's a lot of things I cannot have
Mm,
because of it.
Vitamin K.
Now I take my vitamins regardless.
mhm,
Because that makes your blood thick.
Yeah, but
mm,
yeah, I can't have that one. I can't have. I'm on vitamin A, B, B12, C, D.
yeah.
Um, I take elderberry. Elderberry's
Oh,
real good.
that's really good. Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, to
Um,
address Ivy, sorry, to address Ivy, yes. The swelling does go down, not like a ton, but it goes down, a lot. Enough
yeah,
to see when, you get the injections, but after this one, I can't have anymore. It just affects me too negatively.
yeah. Well, I know, like I'm allergic to every pain medication. Some worse than others. Like morphine, I cannot have. Morphine stops my heart.
Oh,
And
my mom was
any
allergic to that too.
yeah, and anything that has a morphine base, they cannot give.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then I have like right now, I'm prescribed Narcos, one
Um,
one tablet 4 times a day. I only
okay.
take it at night, one at night when I go to bed, just to make sure I don't wake up with phantom pains kicking me in the head and
Uh,
all that stuff, and I can actually sleep.
right.
But I still have to take Benadryl with it
Mhm.
because some of them give me hives. Some of them I have to be really careful because they'll, the whites of your eyes, it'll bust the blood vessels in my eyes, and
Ooh,
my eyes will get all red and my tongue will swell. So yeah, I'm highly allergic to pain meds.
my
And
mom was like that.
yeah, and I've never been one for I never really did. I experimented when I was younger with certain things. Like the first time I experimented with shrooms, I swear to God, we went on a school
Oh
trip
no.
to Disneyland, and I swear we did Disneyland the whole park in 15 minutes. I don't even remember it, but that's when I was young. When you're young, you do stupid things sometimes.
Oh no, I was terrified. I don't like hallucinogens. I
Yeah,
do not like them.
but
And
I hung out with a lot of people and I watched what it did to them, and I didn't like it.
everybody's everybody's trip is different. That's the thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like Abe, I think Abe's allergic to marijuana because there are people that can't. They're allergic. It gives them really bad headaches,
yeah,
and their eyes do burn. They can't take it. It's an herb.
yeah.
It's a medicine. Some people are
Well,
allergic.
and then they make the gummies. My doctor tried to talk me into those because he knows I hate medication. I hate it.
Oh,
If I didn't have to take anything, I wouldn't.
mhm.
But if I stop taking the medicine I'm on, I'll be dead within 2 weeks because
uh,
the things that are wrong with me are just I've been a they think I'm a type 1 diabetic because well my doctor calls me that anyways, but because they
Oh,
think that I've had diabetes since I was real young, but they didn't catch it till my 20s.
oh wow.
So I've been a diabetic for so long that I take the highest concentrate of insulin that they have out there.
Wow.
They do not make any, and I take 100 units 3 times a day,
Oh my goodness.
and that
A lot.
keeps my sugar below 200.
What?
Yeah. So the longer that you are, and my pancreas produces no
Oh,
insulin at all.
yeah, you're insulin resistant.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. I just don't produce any.
Yeah.
I told the doctor, I said, "What good is that thing then? Take it out, throw it away." He goes, "No, it has to stay there." I'm like, "Okay." But,
Wow.
it's so bad. And I have always been low weight, tiny, small all my life.
Mm,
So when people say, "Oh, well, only people that are heavy get diabetes," that is
that's
incorrect.
baloney.
Because let
Yeah,
me tell
that's
you what
baloney.
happens. You could be heavy and lose all the weight and say your doctor will say, "Oh, you're no longer a diabetic." Yeah, give it a year. Your
Yeah,
body will catch up with itself, and then it
right.
starts all over again. Even I was getting $800 and $900 or 800 and 900 readings when I was
What?
118 pounds.
Yeah, wow.
Okay,
How did you not
so
go into a coma?
we don't know.
That's
The fact
that's a
that
miracle.
yeah, the fact that probably because I'd been diabetic for so many years and nobody ever
Did,
caught it.
did you have a stroke?
I did about 4 years ago when I
Mm,
was in a coma. I had it while I was in a coma,
yeah,
and it affected my right side. Um, I couldn't feed myself, couldn't figure out why I was throwing food everywhere.
yeah.
Nobody told me that I had a
Wow.
stroke. And in the stroke, my thyroid went out. I lost my balance. I have no more equilibrium.
Yeah, I have
Um,
vertigo.
yeah.
Dick Richards, you're
So
wrong. Sugar has nothing to do with diabetes.
actually, that is correct
Has-
because I could not have anything ever, no bread, no sugar, no nothing.
Well, food
Rice,
turns all food turns into sugar at
Yeah.
some
noodle.
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Stay away
it is
from ramen.
it's hereditary too. You
Sometimes,
know,
yeah.
like my grandmother, she had type 1.
Ah,
She was tiny.
juvenile. Yep.
And my mom fed us. We grew up really different. My mom was a um, person who did just clean eating.
Yeah.
Like we had a garden. We didn't eat sugar. We ate honey. We ate fresh eggs. Our milk came from the dairy farm.
Right.
Our idea, my mom would make ice cream with just bananas and cream with honey. There was no sugar. We didn't have soda. I didn't eat candy. Our snack was a tomato, half an avocado, and a chunk of lettuce with
Right.
mayo on the side to dip in, because you got to have fat.
Yep.
And they're finding out that cholesterol medicine is not good because your brain needs cholesterol.
Yeah. It does
They're
need some.
saying, and they're saying that it does go up when you get older.
Yep.
And I think the people that don't, they're so scared of fat, they're just harming themselves.
Yeah. Well, I've been, and don't always go by what your doctor says, Dick Richards,
Right.
because I'm going
Right.
to tell you something. They are trained for what they are trained for. They
They're not
have,
even trained. They're not even trained in nutrition.
nah, a lot of them are not.
They're
Um,
not.
Abe, are you a diabetic?
Yes,
Yeah.
metformin.
Oh,
I take
okay.
like 3 pills. They're trying to get me to get on a shot and all this stuff, but I don't know.
What are your
I just had an
sugars?
appointment earlier today to call me over the phone, and they want me to, to do
Yeah.
those things where you
Insulin. Yeah.
check
Oh, check.
where my INR is, for the sugars, but I don't do it.
Well, let me
I
help
I'm
you
wear a
out
like,
little
a little bit.
sensor.
Do you eat
told me to put.
sandwiches? Do you eat sandwiches, Abe?
I used to eat sandwiches, wheat bread. Yeah, but
No bread. Get sun-dried tomato wraps. You can
uh,
make a sandwich in a wrap.
You can even use the egg. Have you seen the egg ones, Brenda?
Yes.
I use those. I love them. They're made out of egg.
Yeah.
out of egg.
Yeah, they're really good too.
Yeah, believe it or not. I've had
Yeah,
them.
I was like,
They
oh,
are.
that's what I like.
If they made out of egg, they're not gonna be like cocaine werewolf over there, cut, farting all over the place. They're gonna be smelling like pestilence.
No, they don't make you. They don't make you have gas.
Because I'm telling you, I had gone on this binge where all I wanted, well, it was when I had my teeth, all I wanted was nothing but fresh vegetables. And
Yeah.
I would eat carrots, celery, um, fresh
Hmm.
broccoli, all that
You
during the
crave.
day. And that's what I would eat, right?
Yeah.
I would have that for lunch and dinner. For breakfast, I might have a couple scrambled eggs. And do
Hmm.
you know that even taking a shot when I eat vegetables, my sugar climbs?
Hmm.
It climbs.
Beer,
Wow.
So, huh?
beer. If you're drinking
Oh,
beer, it'll
oh yeah.
climb.
Don't drink
Yes,
beer.
Yeah,
Alcohol turns to sugar in your system. Um,
everything does.
top ramen's the worst.
Oh, that's poison.
Noodles are bad anyways, but ramen
Mhm.
noodles are the worst.
I found some.
Starches, all that,
Mhm. Everything
everything
turns to
turns to
glucose.
sugar. Yes, it all turns to sugar in your
Mhm.
system. A lot of it does. And I mean, what are we to do when we're diabetic? Starve to death? No,
Right.
they want us to eat.
no.
They, they told me they want me to eat protein,
Meat.
and it's
Yeah.
like ain't protein the thing it's got fat and it can clog up your arteries.
Well,
Mm, it
you can
depends.
trim. Yeah, you can trim all the fat, but
Mhm. But if you stay away from carbs
yeah,
and certain fruit, like the keto diet, it's actually really helpful.
Yeah, I got an upcoming appointment mid month. See how it goes. You know,
Yeah. A lot of people have changed their life. Like, well, you're right, Dick Richards. A lot of people have changed their life and their health due to carnivore.
yeah,
There's just it just depends on your body because everybody's different.
right.
yeah, that's what they
And like
want me to be on a meat diet. It's like, God dang.
Hmm.
yeah, and like
But,
I said, when you're a juvenile diabetic, you're born with not producing sugar. I mean, not
Right,
producing insulin in your body.
right.
So it don't matter what you eat. Um, I have my daughter had a friend who was a juvenile diabetic. And of course, it's really hard when they're kids, they can't have candy, other kids can have it,
I
all this
know.
other stuff. Well, she ended up going into a diabetic coma and she died. And her mom could not figure out why. Well, it was because she ate a lot of carbs and a lot of noodles. Her mom did not know.
Wow.
So, yeah, and
You
and
know, I
it
read.
was
Sorry.
horrible.
Well, sorry, I read that law, uh, Lawrence, that it is tied to blood type. I was reading up on that.
Blood type.
Yeah, the food that you eat
Yeah.
coincides with the type of blood that you have. So if you there, I was really researching that, and I was like, wow, okay. So
That's
it made a
odd
lot of sense to me
because,
because sometimes, like, I've never been an egg person.
uh-huh.
I really could stay away from eggs the rest of my life. I really don't care. But they're filling, and I was reading all the foods that I should be eating as O negative. I'm RH negative,
Yeah, me
and
too. I'm AB negative.
oh wow, yeah, you're more rarer.
Yeah.
My grandmother had a blood disorder, and I wish I would have known what it was because it affected her legs. It was a really rare type of blood disorder, and her legs looked like, gosh, I can't even explain it. That would get like dark purple, and it looked like really like they itched. She said,
Oh wow.
mm, it was bizarre. And they had like they would get like from her scratching and scratching, she would get scabs,
Right.
and it was her skin was thick in patches.
Mm.
But I need to research that. I don't talk to my sister right now, so um, she's. I don't. Maybe I could reach out to one of my. It's on my dad's side. So I don't know. Like it's really weird. My mom
So
was RH negative, and my sister is too. But she's I don't know what blood type A or B or AB or whatever.
yeah. So uh Abe, it's good for you to do that with the protein, with the meat. But
But
you still,
I don't trust it because of the cholesterol.
yeah, you still have to be a little careful. I mean, it's good for you to have vegetables with your meat. Just watch how you prepare them. Like there's a lot of times I will bake chicken wings
There's somebody called
and
Spite Fairy Fantasy here. Is it
oh
someone
boy.
must have misclicked on me? I don't know who
Okay.
that is. I think they were saying they're from the land down under also.
Oh wait, it says Rain says, weren't you on the live yesterday under Puck Elf? Huh.
Elf is O negative by a universal donor.
Yes, we are. But
Yeah.
we can only receive our own blood back.
Yep.
I can give to everybody, but I can't get anything but O negative.
I'm gonna tell you because of the blood type I am, they are constantly wanting me to donate blood, donate plasma. I'm like, you guys
Yeah,
don't have enough of this blood around. I think I'll keep it, thank you.
right. I'm like, no, I'll donate for myself when I need it.
Right? I have a friend that's O negative, and he always turns around and says, "Buddy, if you need any blood, just have them put us in the same room and suck it right from my veins to yours." I'm like, "Good on
Yeah,
you."
we can. We're universal. We're wanted the most. Our blood, and I was like, why? Like when I go take a blood test, they take like 12 tubes of blood, and I'm like, why do you need so much blood? Because my cousin was a phlebotomist. She said they only use a few drops.
Yeah, I know. I know. Every time I go in to have a blood test drawn, I have to have it drawn every 3 months so they can do my A1C. And I look at them all the time and I say, "Look, I know for a fact in the other doctor's office, they would just prick my finger, put it on a stick, and they got my A1C. Why do you need 3 tubes of blood? What are you guys doing with my blood? That's what I
Exactly.
want to know. What are
That's
you
what
making another person? What are you doing?"
it's kind of freaky.
I know. Like weirdos.
Yeah, one of my doctors did that. She just pricked my finger and got my A1C from that. Because my cousin said they literally only use a few drops.
Hmm.
So you need to ask them next time why are they taking that many tubes?
Oh, she says, "Well, we check your cholesterol. We check this." I said, "Lady, my cholesterol hasn't moved in 10 years." Okay.
Ooh,
I argue with everything, I swear. It's so funny.
yeah,
Some doctors, my doctor loves me, but some other doctors see me coming and go, "Oh, damn, here we go.
here comes the difficult patients.
Here comes our
I'm like
difficult
that
one."
too. I question everything.
I'm like, "Y'all think I went to nursing school for almost 3 years for nothing? I know what you're doing.
Right,
Don't give me that."
right. They're actually saying it's not the wheat, it's not the the gluten that people are allergic to. It's the stuff that they spray the
Insecticides,
grain with.
Yep.
I forgot. I can't think of the name. I have word loss. Glyphos
insecticides,
What is
glyphosate. Some
what is it, Abe?
insecticide.
yeah. Yes, like the Roundup.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
That'll send a signal to your brain if you get exposed to it. Short term or long term is more dangerous, but
Yes.
you inhale it and it affects your brain. It mixes up your oxidation. Your brain doesn't work properly, and it starts cutting down uh, the oxidation to
Gastric.
the brain, so it's not able to circulate right, and you start having problems with your body or even organs.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah, it's
laughing.
very
I
dangerous.
I am laughing at Richards right now. Richards, let me tell you something. A Snicker bar is better for you than a raw egg. Okay? Okay?
Glyphosate. Yes. I can't. I have word
He's
loss
in there. He's
really
in there
bad.
telling everybody if you don't swallow raw eggs, you need to man up. Richards,
No, no, thank you.
Like
No,
Rocky,
thank you.
what kind of Richards? What kind of werewolves do you like? Well, the the name. No, yeah, raw eggs. That's a lot of protein right there, ain't it?
it,
Yeah,
well, eggs, period, are protein, but yeah. Um, Ostrich eggs, man. Have you ever seen those things?
Yeah,
that
oh,
takes
yeah,
up
they're
a whole
huge.
pan.
Yeah, those are huge. There you go, Dick Richards. Get you an ostrich egg. Swallow you one of those. See if it gags you on the way down.
Oh my god, I can't even handle oysters, so I would definitely barf if I tried raw eggs.
Oh
My
no,
dad used to
I
drink them.
like oh, I love oysters.
I
Yep,
can't. I can't do them raw. I can't.
Mm.
raw oysters with a little bit of hot sauce on them.
And
Mm,
lemon.
I
Yeah,
can't
I
have
heard that.
hot sauce, but I do the lemon.
I can't.
But
But
then
yeah,
the side effect later on is not good,
Huh?
especially if you're by yourself.
you don't don't think
For a
about
guy,
it. You just swallow it. Yeah, that's true. Because it
I
is an
can't. I
aphrodisiac.
tried. I
then you
tried
Oysters,
become
and
like
they.
you become like Bruce Lee,
yeah,
one-
oysters are
the one-handed
aphrodisiacs. Yeah.
bandit, like oh boy from the land down under. I think he's here again. Somebody was saying he's here.
Oh, great.
I don't know if it's
They
him or not.
do,
There
Lawrence.
he is.
Yes,
Spitfire Fantasy.
oyster a or ostrich eggs are ugly. Well, have you seen an ostrich? They're
They're
not the
funny.
prettiest thing in the world.
They're hilarious.
They're
I
He
like
just
says,
when
be right back, mate." And mate is gonna drop in and pick up
be
some
right back,
electronics. I
mm,
wired up for him.
mate.
Elfo kicks. Take take gremlins out of your fuse boxes. I
What?
we have
don't
gremlins
know.
in the fuse box. What?
He probably
Mate.
drank.
Mate is a Australian slang word.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah. I have a really good friend I've had for 30 years that lives in Australia.
Mhm.
I'm used to him. A lot of people will sit there and say, "What did he just say? I just did not understand a word." I don't have a problem understanding them. Welsh, I have no problem understanding them. I've talked to so
Yes.
many different people from all over the world that, you know, Japanese.
Yeah.
Now I have a little problem with that.
Oh, you're talking, Madeline, you're talking about the, gosh, I can't remember the name right now. The eggs with the baby chicks in them.
Oh my god.
oh yeah, yeah.
I can't
They're
remember
like
the name.
they're like rotten eggs or something like that.
I cracked
Oh,
open an egg and I
I
had
can't.
like a half of a deformed looking baby chicken in it when I popped it open. I am
Oh,
so glad I put my eggs in a bowl before I mix them. I don't just throw them in the pan.
right.
Oh god, I almost died when I opened that and seen that. I was like, oh,
I would,
I
I would have.
I
I
almost
would
put
have
it in a bowl and
threw the egg.
I almost put it in a separate bowl and took it back to the Walmart and said, "Hey, am I
Balut.
getting charged extra for this or what?
Yeah. Yes.
What is
Yes,
this?"
Lawrence. Yes, Lawrence. A balut.
A balut.
That's BAL.
Balut.
Balut. My stepfather, his first wife was um Vietnamese, and they ate those too.
Oh no, I can't.
And then I think the Chinese eat what do they call it? The 1,000-year egg?
Oh, they keep an egg for 1,000 years and then eat it.
No, it's
Yeah, no, it's an old egg, and it's like kind
I
of
think it's
like
kept.
chemistry, but the
Isn't it
egg
kept
is
in clay?
I can't remember the name of it.
That's just gross. I won't make eggs if they're one day over the expiration date. That's just disgusting.
It'd be
Yes, it's fermented.
your huevos have a bad odor to them.
Ugh.
Yes, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Or the
fermented chicken
chicken
embryo.
brain. Yes,
The
Do you,
smell alone will keep you from eating.
I can't. I just can't. I can't even watch people on YouTube doing that. I can't.
cocaine werewolf, what kind of eggs do you prefer?
Cocaine eggs?
Cocaine eggs.
Yeah, they are 1,000-year eggs, Bounty.
Mm,
I thought that they encased them in clay.
I don't think that it
I'm
matters
gonna
what they
I'm
encase
gonna
them
have
in. An
to.
old egg's an
Yeah,
old egg.
when they cook them on the fire, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't think they cook that in their house. I sure wouldn't.
And now I'm gonna go research how they make them because I could have swore they do encase them and they let them sit the
Ew.
in the clay,
Ew.
so they are.
God, some people eat the strangest things.
Partic-
Oh, God.
The Dick, you eat some strange things, Dick. No, yeah, they do. I mean, look at the foods that they eat overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, look,
it's all
I'll try.
traditional and
Yeah, I was raised where my mother would say, don't ever say you don't like anything if you've never tried it.
right.
So I will try something once. It's like, I hear a lot of
That's
people
Dick
talk
Richards right
about,
there.
m-
How you doing,
I hear a
Dick?
lot of people talking about like menudo and stuff like that. And I had
Yeah,
Oh
never had it, right? But
yeah,
they told me what it was made from.
yeah.
Well, I had a I had a
Well,
Hispanic boyfriend, and one year for Thanksgiving, I went over there and they made it,
I'll
and
be back,
I
y'all.
had some of it, and I
I'll be
really
right back.
liked it. All right,
I'm gonna barf, Dick. Ugh.
good for you. Feed them intestinal worms. Go ahead, eat them all.
A goat embryo, Madeline. Shut up.
A goat embryo?
Oh,
Ooh,
and they eat. Well, in the Middle East, they eat in the Mexico too. They eat the eyes from the cows.
yeah.
Dick, I don't know how you do that. My dad used to do that too, and I
Parasites
can't even
like
look. I can't even look at
parasites like that.
at.
Parasites that we carry in our body, they like that stuff, especially
Oh,
raw like that. And you're not supposed to do it in an over extension of them either.
my dad ate like 6
Oh, that's
with
good.
hot
We'll all
sauce.
go visit him in the hospital.
Dick. My dad, in his 70s, we took him to go get his it's custom. We took him to go get his uh, yearly check, and the doctor told him that he had never seen someone in their late 70s have the heart of a 25-year-old
Yeah.
because my dad always ate. He loved beans, but he ate a lot of jalapeno and
Oh, yeah.
onion, jalapeno, garlic, cilantro, and he was like, so he was very fit, but he had the biggest sweet tooth. Like in the morning, he would wake up and eat like two sweetbread or Danish or pan dulce, which is a Mexican, pastries.
Right.
And uh, he never ever he was not ever on any medication in his life.
You know, that's another thing. If you have a bread maker and you make your own bread at home,
Yes, I do.
that is even better for
My
you than
mom, my
buying
mom
store
used
bought
to do
bread.
that. My mom used to do that in the oven.
Yeah.
Lawrence,
Yep.
you just spent 35 Canuck bucks on that.
Oh my
How
god.
many did you eat, Dick?
He just ate 3 breakfasts.
Where did Abe go?
He said he'll be right back. He's
Oh, I didn't
probably
even hear
playing
him.
his
I had to
game.
turn away because I was watching Dick and I wanted to gag.
He might be winning some money.
All
One of these
right.
days he's gonna win enough and we're all gonna take a cruise.
I had no idea that you knew him from that you guys used to live next to each other.
We've lived next to each other almost all over Texas.
That's wild. Isn't that wild?
I know, how weird. It's funny.
Right?
But yeah.
5 dozen a day. Just like Gaston.
Oh jeez. Ew.
I gave them my ex-boyfriend's dad raised pit bulls, champion pit bulls, and he would put raw eggs in their dog food.
Yeah,
And they had the most beautiful shiny coat. And I started doing that with my dogs.
yeah. Yeah, I do that once in a while. It's okay for my my Yorkie. He'll eat it if we mix it with his dog food and they get boiled
Oh,
chicken.
so
They
cute.
get to mix it with it and they get boiled chicken.
Yeah. I fed my dog that way. I fed my dogs that way when they got older. I would boil chicken. I would give them a little bit of pumpkin. I would give them green beans and eggs and chicken livers.
My dogs eat sweet
My
potato
dogs
boiled
eat
chicken.
sweet potato
Uh
boiled
oh,
chicken.
Yeah.
Uh-oh,
Abe went
you're
to grab a
echoey.
carton of
you're
eggs.
echoing.
Oh, Madeline.
You have an echo,
You have an
Cynthia.
echo, Cynthia.
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Did you
Did you
hit your
hit
volume
your
or
volume or
ow?
No.
ow?
Hmm.
That's so
That's
weird.
so weird.
Hold on.
Hmm. Oh wait, maybe it went away. Oh, so did she. Ah. So, Cocaine Werewolf, how's your day been? Hi, you say? Oh, okay. Bet you got a lot of energy. You're just sitting there on your butt, not doing nothing. Ha 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 ha. And nobody can come back till Abe gets back. Huh. All right then. So, let's see. Eggs, swelling, messed intestines. Yeah, his parasites, Bounty, in his intestines. They're loving him right now. That's what he's doing. He's feeding them. Madeline, what are you laughing at? Let's see. dozen eggs every morning. You're a tiny little thing, Dick Richards. You talking about eating like you're a big, big, big grown Eskimo or something. Uh-oh, and now I'm getting a phone call. Golly jeez. Abe! Come back! Egg whites are good to put in your hair to condition it. It does something to your hair if you use eggs in your hair. I think it helps strengthen it and helps with split ends and all that stuff. Oh, I need water. You like that song? Yeah, it's one of my ringtones. I have so many of them. I have,
Okay.
I have a Scooby Doo ringtone, but it's only set for like one person. Hi, Abe. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Oh,
Everybody fell off. I've been
oh,
sitting
they fell
here.
off.
Yeah, I've been sitting here interviewing Cocaine Werewolf. He said he's had a very high day today.
Huh. That's weird. They fell off.
Well, I think Dick Richards only came on to eat a dozen and a half of raw eggs in a glass because that's what he was doing. And Cynthia started getting an echo and she was trying to fix it and it kicked her off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Madeline said Abe pulled a ninja. He vanished.
Yeah, I was playing for something, but it didn't go too far well for me.
Yeah, I was going to
That's
ask you,
okay.
did you win?
No, but I'm still in the winnings right now. I just haven't collected yet.
Oh, I had I had Susie try to call me while I was waiting for you to come back. I'm gonna have to call her back and find out what's going on because it's 1 o'clock in the morning and she called me and I don't know why.
So what happened to the other guy from the land down under?
I don't
He
know.
disappeared.
Is he still in there?
He said, I don't know, he had a different account.
Hmm.
He said something about getting something with electronics or something. And okay, let me. Is cocaine werewolf? There he is. There. If you seen land down under, there's the Yowie.
Yowie.
That's what they call him over there.
Oh.
A Yeti, Yowie. There you go.
Yeah, I have a friend that lives out in Australia and he's a big old guy. Have you ever seen the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah,
That guy Hagrid that they have with the big beard.
yeah.
When I met him, that's what he looked like, exactly to a T. I thought it was him, and he uh, he used to say that
There he is.
he didn't believe in any of that stuff. So
What the hell does he got there now?
that looks like a chair.
I thought it was a mask or something. How you
I was
doing,
just
Nick?
I was just closing the back window so it didn't play on the camera.
Oh,
G'day, how we going? From the bunker down under.
How you doing?
A bit better today. Sorry if I was having a bit of a vent last night. You know, I was a bit fucking.
Uh, it looked like
Sorry,
you were tired,
very
man.
sorry. Yeah, it's all good, dude. Yeah. That's what I just said when I came in today. Someone must have accidentally misclicked me, but I was probably being a bastard.
Oh my god.
Anyway, what were we talking about in the chat again? We had a good conversation going. I wanted to come in and say something about something. We're talking about cooking. Oh yeah, I was talking about collagen and hairs and stuff. And if you ask the girls at the pony club and they're like 36 years old and they still look like they're like 24, and I was like, what do you eat? Why is your hair so amazing? And they just say, yeah, you got to eat the fat off the beef and the chicken, even if you don't want to eat all the steak or whatever. You can still cut down on your proteins and stuff, and they just eat all the fat off it. And yeah, broccoli and potatoes and stuff like that. And they're just killer, dude. Yeah. I was just saying, like, moisturizer's fake. They're better off just drinking water and staying hydrated for your skin, and eat the fat off your meat. But you can take collagen, and that's what all the things are in your shampoo. And like when you put an egg on your head, it's literally those natural proteins, right? And that's what I was saying. Like, having raw eggs is great because you're not denaturing the protein, but cooking proteins isn't going to cause you any problems either. And you can eat your egg any way you want. Just eating it is not having like a packet macaroni and cheese. It's still better than that, you know? Okay, that's it.
Yeah. I agree. That's why when I go out and I order steak, they say, how do you want it? I said, throw it on the grill and just warm it up and give it to me.
Medium rare.
Oh, I like mine rare.
I'd say it depends where you're eating, but yeah, I just live in my local village, and I know we cattle farm here and stuff, so any steak in town is like, yeah. And people ask me, like, because I don't really order for myself, I'm always getting taken out for dinner because I'm a cheap-ass bastard on disability and stuff. And they're like, how do you have your steak? And I'm like, I'll just have half of yours, however you want it. I'll have it bleeding or burnt. Yeah. I prefer cooking lamb because it's really fatty and you render a lot of fat out of it when you cook it. And it's kind of crispy. And so that's kind of how I like meat. It's like lamby crispy. But if I do that to beef, I'll ruin it. And so I make my friends cook beef for me.
There you go. That's the best way to do it.
Rare steak.
This woman is burning up my phone. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and
Okay.
I'll come back after a while. Let me find out what she wants. All right. I will
Thank
see you
you.
in a few. Bye.
Do you guys want to see my new Yowie alarm? My Sasquatch alarm? It's a
Sure.
truck horn with a momentary switch. Toot, 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 toot. And it'll plug straight into 12 volt with an Anderson plug.
Nice.
Yeah, but this is going to my mate. This old bloke is about to rock up soon if I have to go. He's going to pick it up. And it was strapped to his handlebars of his mobility scooter. Because he's in the country, right? And so he goes around with this steampunk leather hat on and the goggles. And he's this old bloke with cancer that's a bit eccentric. And I rigged him up a fucking truck air horn, dude. Sorry for swearing. Yeah, I'm going to put that. This switch has got quick connectors, so I can extend that and move it wherever I want. Everything else is all hard soldered and connected properly. And so I'll put his Anderson plug where he wants. Everything else is interconnectable. Mount his switch where he wants. And this is going on his handlebars. It's got like a joiner.
Dang.
And it's like you ride around with it on your push bike if you want. But it's going on his mobility scooter, man, because it's got a battery in it. And it's like if he gets swooped by a magpie, which is like these heinous birds in Australia everyone hates, he can literally scream it to death with this. I'm not saying you should yell at birds with it, but you'll literally like put an animal into shock with this thing if you honked it at it. Like if a dog come running up at him in the mobility scooter, he went toot, and it just goes fuck. You know, so I think it's hilarious. It's just a mad.
You're making the people jump out of his way.
Yeah, I've rigged it up all properly. I do like all the heat shrink, and I've used some spade connectors there, so I can actually take his switch off if I want. There we go. And so you can put that anywhere, and we're good to go. But right now we can plug it in and blast it and have a toot, and then we can rig it up later. But the wiring's done, so that's fun. Yeah. I swear it's so loud. You know how snakes don't have ears and they hear through like vibrations in the ground? You could scream a snake into shock with it. It's that loud. It's literally like a truck air horn. But you don't need the air compressor for this one. It's got electric sirens in the back. So, yeah. All right, I think that's him.
All right.
I'll catch us later. Man, I got a little short on my YouTube about like 60 seconds long with me like firing it up. If you wanted to play it or what, I don't care.
Alrighty, man.
All right, cheers, bro. Catch you later.
Take it
All right,
easy.
have a good night.
There you go. There you go. It made his appearance and it is feeling a lot better than what he was feeling yesterday. Yeah, it's gonna be scaring the hell out of some people on the little scooter, man. They can take the little scooter to Elms Grove into the path. See what happens. Okay, let me take off. I do have the original picture of that somewhere, but let me take him off right now. He done he lost his buzz, so I had to take him out of the way. The cocaine werewolf. I don't know if cousin Jesse's here or not. I know he was here earlier. Yeah, so when you see me looking down, I'm looking at this. Looking and see where the little jackpots are at. So I hadn't been really getting enough rest. Where I've been almost up for about 3 days. I think today I finally got a little bit of rest, about 2-3 hours. When I was gonna go to sleep, uh, I had an appointment through the phone on the VA. Then I finally went to go lay down, slept for like about 2-3 hours. So I've been up. So when I started the live, I'm here and doing the live and hearing everybody talk, and that sleep wants to get me and stuff. But I'm awake right now. So I don't think I got to share the shirt, how it really looks. Let me see. Like to suck her up. See, I can see it better. There he is. Imagine something like that in the middle of the woods looking at you. Yeah, Rebel is somewhere over there. I try not to say his name too loud because he'll come and try to get some treats. Oops. Yeah, I think no, I believe they're demons or they're out of witchcraft or necromancy, and they can make contact with you spiritually. People call it telepathically, but if it's not you talking to nobody like this, then it's gonna be spiritually. The spirit is talking to you in spirit. I remember uh, whichever one, the I don't think it was Cocaine Werewolf. It was the other one that I got the short reel where it's opening, closing its mouth. The one that called me Maranito, little pig. That one had beef with me. Uh, I got in a spiritually. I seen an image of a location, and he told me to go meet it there, because he said he had beef with me. He said that when he see me, that he was going to shred me into pieces, right? So I asked, well, what beef do you got with me? What did I do? He said that I urinated where he slept, that I took a piss where he slept. And then I started thinking, it's like, well, I remember my mobile home where something urinated on my doorway, on my main door, on the sliding door, and he urinated on my vehicles. So I was pissed off, and I went to the woods, and I went into the where the woods, and I was upset, and I said, "You want to be urinating in my territory, so I'm going to come into your territory now and mark my territory." You know, so that's what I did because I was upset. But that's what he said. He had beef with me because I urinated where he slept. Oh, he shouldn't have been urinating where I sleep. And but at the same time, you got to be careful. Can keep these things, give these things power, right? Believing that they're real, because if it's demonic, then it can try to attack you spiritually. So you have to be very careful. How you doing, brother Joel? Yeah, I went there at night because it happened at night. Well, when I woke up, imagine waking up and going outside just to get a fresh uh, breath of air, and when you open it up, the only thing fresh is piss. Like very strong stench of piss. That's what it did. It urinated all. It's like not just on the doors, the vehicles, and around the home. Like there were spots on the sidewalk, on the street, where there was urination everywhere. So I went into it. I freaking drank me like 2, 3 gallons of water. Filled up. I went over there and went to urinate in all the trees in the woods, right where I heard the cry for help or whatever. I guess in a sense of way, it's like when you mark territories like that, it's like you let her know that you're the alpha, that you're not afraid. So yeah, that's the beef it has with me. If it was real, but I know it's more of demonic in nature, so that's why I didn't go over there to the location it was showing me. Yes, sister. Yeah, I mean, what I was supposed to do? And it's not the only time that it would do that. It would do that just about it was like a nightly thing that they would do that, and I was like, screw this, and I went into that territory and did what I did. Probably why he was mad. It's kind of like dogs, right? You seen them how they are. If they go urinate in a certain spot in the yard, and then other dogs come and urinate. They're freaking. They get pissed off because that's their territory. You know, the territorial, and if they smell other animals piss, they get mad. They're ready, wanted to fight because it's their territory. Yeah, but that's what I did. I did the same thing when I was in the army. This is a different thing. Dylan was almost the same thing, but something different. Um, we was in Fort Ord, California, training in the desert, and we was getting some rest. I was asleep in my sleeping bag in the back of the tank because we would turn the tank sideways. So I was in the back of the tank, of course, on top of the tank. And as I'm asleep, I hear like drops of water hitting my sleeping bag. So I get up, unzip, and get up to look, but there's no water. So I start looking, and what I see is nothing but what seems to be coyotes in a circle formation around our tank. I mean, they're all around, and there's one of these coyotes that looks different. It's black and it's got red eyes and it's looking like it's in charge. So I'm looking at them, and they're like starting to move inward towards us, and the rest of the crew's asleep. So what I do is I urinate around the tank to mark my territory to let them know that this is my territory to stay away. So once this wolves smelled my scent of urine, the one with the red eyes, he just looked, turned around and walked away. When it walked away, then all the other ones followed suit and walked away also. But I make sure I marked my territory to let them know is, hey, this space is my space. It worked. Imagine if I would have said that story and that story where when I turned around, they're looking at me. That was the last thought that even came into my mind is if I would have seen those six, that I was just gonna pull it out and piss all over the place. Hell no, they were huge. That would be the last thought. But I showed no sign of fear. I wasn't fearing them, despite how big they were. Here we go. Yeah, it was weird how they would do that. Sometimes it would bang on top of the mobile home. The mobile home is on a metal frame. And it's like on pillars. It's off the ground, so it's high and off the ground. Yeah, they would bang, jump on top of the roof of the mobile home. You could hear them running at nighttime on top of the home, where the sheet metal or the tent, the roof is like something's running on top of there. It's like bending in and popping out. Okay. I would always run into things like markers. You know how people be showing trees bent and stuff like that. I would see some trees bent or logs, pieces of wood being placed in the path that you're walking on. Sometimes, as I will walk up some of those paths, I will find dead animals. As they kept placing dead animals to let you know, get out of here. This is our territory. You know. Yes. Yeah, for all that day, I mean, there was flies. If it came with flies, also there was big green flies with that poop. There's this nasty smell and flies. You mean trying to shovel? You're just a kid. I was like 7. My brother was 9. The wheelbarrow was heavy as hell, so we both carried the wheelbarrow. He carried one of the you lifted. He was carrying one, and I was carrying the other. And it wasn't helping that the tire was flat in the wheelbarrow either. He hasn't been feeling well, Todd. He's taking a little break. Yeah, we shoveled crap that day, which was it happened on a Friday. A Saturday morning, we shoveled crap all day till like around 5 in the afternoon. We put it in a pile in the back in the alley, and our grandmother said, "Hey, we'll go get some rest. Everything's gonna be okay." We go home, and the same thing happened like the that Friday night till like 3, 4 in the morning, and we wake up, there it is, all over again. We have to shovel crap all day long. We had blisters where our skin was coming off from shoveling and put in the big pile. We put the big pile, and we had a big pile of that crap, right? And we're asking the grandmother. We still can't understand how all this got in here. The front gate, the main gate. How did all this get here? We're telling her this. She's not telling us nothing. As we're saying this, we're asking the big pile of crap that we collected for 2 days. It vanished in front of us, in front of our eyes. Disappeared. No trace left behind. That's why I say that when people talk about that they got scat and all this stuff, that I don't believe it. If I could see a whole pile of crap disappear because it's negative residue, and the Bigfoot is doing the same, then there's not going to be no proof even of scat because it's going to vanish. The manifest vanish. So any negative residue is going to vanish with that. Especially when you prayed against it, it's going to vanish too. Okay, here we go here. Okay. Yeah, my brother was here earlier, but I think he had to call it a night because he's got to work in the morning. But he remembers we shoveled that crap all day. Different piles of crap, different sizes, and there was a lot of flies everywhere. But then when it disappeared and it left no trace of anything, I'm like, whoa, how? Where did it go? No. Have you worked in a nursing home before? I imagine those places have a lot of activity. Yes, I've seen the activity in nursing homes and mental wards when I was a sergeant, uh, especially in hospitals and nursing homes. Well, I worked for a hospital, and they would call me. I was a maintenance guy that cut the grass and took care of the outside, but they also wanted me to do like, do many jobs and just getting paid for one thing. But yeah, I've worked in those areas before. A lot of dark spirits and ghosts. Yes, I do not know, Sister Never's Angel, if that's happened to anybody. Anyone else feel that? Because there is animals in the wildlife, brother and sisters, that will kill a cat and a dog. You got the cougars, mountain lions, wildcats. That this is what they do at nighttime to go for the hunt. If 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 they have no food or water, they'll come into their the community and attack whatever they can attack, so they can get some kind of food. Yeah, a lot of pestilence. I mean, it left crap behind. Yeah, a lot of pestilence. That was weird. It sounded like if somebody was right beside me. Yep, I see movement. It seemed like there was a dark shadow figure. So let me pray. Heavenly Father, this time I would like to pray against the dark shadow that was by the refrigerator that went to the kitchen. But we take authority over you in Jesus Christ's name. You're not allowed to be here. Leave my home. We take authority over you in Jesus Christ's name. We tie, bind, and rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. Leave my house. You're not welcome. As we pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. No, Rebel's asleep. He's asleep on the couch. It was literally somebody standing by my refrigerator. Dark shadow figure. Hey, Xavier, can you check if there's somebody in the kitchen? Because I just seen somebody standing by my fridge and walk towards the kitchen. Oh yeah. I mean, it just happened like maybe a minute ago. No, it was tall, taller than the fridge, almost as tall as a. I don't know. I hear something over there. Rebel said, "You ain't giving me no treats. I ain't going to guard the house." I thought Rebel was laying there on the couch. Yeah, he's asleep. Yeah, Rebel was laying down. Yeah, I seen something move, standing right there by the fridge, and it moved towards the kitchen. Or maybe it's just me. But we prayed against it. Cracking. Viva Canada. Rebel is off duty. Here he comes. He was asleep. You want to be a guard dog, Rebel? You can't even chase the shadow figures out of the house. I was hearing noises, and then I heard the door right now, but it was uh, my tech. I don't know where it's coming from, but yeah, it's sometimes when you're tired, sometimes you might see things of that nature. But when I looked, I thought I see somebody standing, probably like a good 6'2", 6'3", standing above the fridge, like it's taller than the fridge. Then I seen it go towards the kitchen. That's the way we took care of it. Yeah, maybe I need to take my arse to bed and get some rest. Is there any questions for me? Anybody would like any questions? Got any questions? I'll give you some answers. Maybe I need to cuddle early night tonight and get me some rest. There's Rebel. Seeing his tail. What's up, man? Where you been at? Where you been at? Huh? I don't got no treats. You won't get only one treat because I need to buy some more. There. All right. Yeah, I need to work with some pictures. I just haven't had the chance with everything happening, and me not getting enough rest and seeing all the things that is happening everywhere within the community. Spiritual warfare. I just follow my spirit. If my spirit is keeping me up, it's keeping me up for a reason. So I just go with the flow of things. It was Werewolf Wednesday, and we really didn't talk about any werewolf stories. And they're crazy. We talked about everything else, but that's all good. So let me see. Yeah, I need to get some rest, brothers and sisters. Gotta tomorrow. So later on tonight, we're gonna have open mic night here on Spiritual Equipped Encounters, where you, the viewers, subscribers, those that leave the nice comments, you're more than welcome to jump with me live later on tonight for Thursday night. You're allowed to come and share any kind of story. It's paranormal, cryptid, any genre, right? You're allowed to come in here and share your story, whatever you want to share. But yeah, I need to get some rest. It's like my ears are ringing right now too. When I did the prayer, my ears are ringing. So it's like my body's trying to tell me to get some rest. Yeah, I could hear ringing of the ear. Maybe I can share one picture before I go. Maybe I can do that for you. Share a picture. Okay, let me fix this here. I found this kind of crazy. You said there is animals out there that'll take something, like cats or dogs. Check this out. I want to show you something. This is like a real animal. Let me share it with you. There it is. That's like looks like a bobcat of sort, and it's got an iguana in its mouth. I can't remember what location this picture's from, but I think I was like, man, poor little iguana. I'm thinking it's a bobcat or sphinx. I don't know what kind of cat that is, but it's holding an iguana in its mouth. Yeah, a bobcat or a lynx, and it's holding a iguana in its mouth. Yeah, but I'm fixing to call it night, brothers and sisters. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna give me some rest so I can be ready for open mic night. Re-energize. Thank you for those that tuned in tonight. Even though we didn't talk too much about Domin, I think the conversations were pretty good. We're talking about herbs and stuff like that. Appreciate y'all, those that tune in to Spiritual Encrypted Encounters at nighttime. Those who follow me over stream, Facebook, TikTok, under HCS895, where I place a lot of show reels. Appreciate y'all. And I will work on some pictures just in case, you know, maybe I can share tomorrow. Like I said, there's been so much happening that I really haven't done too much. I mean, I didn't even get to do my workout this week. Uh, Sometimes we have to just listen to what our body is telling us, and just take it easy, right? All right, brother Joe Burgers. But in saying that, this is Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, brother HCS signing off. You have a beautiful, blessed morning and day. God bless everybody. Peace out. Buenas noches. Good night.